Messenger RNA is a nucleotide code that spells out a sequence of amino acids the ribosome links together in a chain. But such a chain is of little value to cellCity until the chemistry of its amino acids twists it into a more useful shape. So let's learn something about amino acid chemistry. There are 20 amino acids in cellCity. They possess names like alanine, tryptophan, aspartate, glutamine, and arginine. Names are not important for now. Just note that they all possess identical core structures, but differ in the makeup of their side structures. Now imagine that a ribosome has linked the cores of all 20 amino acids together in a chain. Each amino acid within the chain will shift around to create comfortable space between it and its neighbors. As a result, the entire chain will twist and fold into a three-dimensional structure. If the ribosome went on to create another amino acid chain, once again using all 20 amino acids, but linked together in a different order, that chain would fold into an entirely different structure. Amino acid chains do not have to contain all 20 amino acids. This one contains multiple copies of just a few. Still, it folds itself into a structure entirely different from the first two. Let's understand why. The folding of an amino acid chain depends upon the chemical properties of the amino acids within that chain. Chemical properties cause amino acids to attract or repel one another. We use color to distinguish those amino acids that share similar chemical properties. Amino acids with gold side chains, for example, attract members of their own family, whereas rose-colored amino acids display no attraction to gold but are drawn to orange side chains. And so, an amino acid chain will twist and fold until all of its amino acids have found positions that make each of them, as well as the entire chain, as chemically comfortable as possible. This we call a protein. By the same chemical reasoning, one protein can stick to another protein if the amino acids within one chain find attractive mates on the other. When this occurs, a protein complex is formed. Let's revisit some familiar protein complexes. The transferase is composed of 7 folded proteins arising from 7 amino acid chains. Here are 6 other amino acid chains, folding into their most comfortable forms. Mutual chemical attraction draws them together to form lipase, the protein complex designed to digest fat. The protease protein complex is similarly constructed. As is amylase, the carbohydrate buster. We can now make these two very important points. A protein's amino acids determine its structure, and its structure enables that protein to perform its action. Take a look at this protein. It is shaped like so because its amino acids must twist themselves into a structure that is most comfortable for all of them. In this case, an arm-like structure containing a hand and fingers particularly suited for holding ATP. As such, it enables the rest of this protein complex, the body, if you will, to carry out its job, turning on this protein. In summary, the ribosome reads a messenger RNA to create an amino acid chain, which folds into a protein and combines with other proteins to form a protein complex, which might even join other protein complexes to form a supercomplex, whose unique shape and chemistry enable it to accomplish tasks in the service of cellCity. Scientists estimate that tens of thousands of such proteins exist within cellCity. Like human citizens, they keep their city alive and prospering by carrying out their duties. We've seen some of these already. The proton pump, releasing digestive acid. The protease, digesting protein into amino acids. The amylase, digesting carbohydrate into simple sugars. The lipase, digesting fat into fatty acids. The channel protein, a passageway for amino acids entering cellCity. The transferase, linking amino acid to transfer RNA. The shuttle protein, delivering messenger RNA to the ribosome. And there are many, many more. For example, proteins serving as logs and cross-linking into floor supports. Proteins anchoring city buildings to the cell floor and providing elastic cushioning between cell structures. Some proteins are large enough to act as pillars supporting the roof of cellCity, while others build things out of city materials, like this scaffolding constructed from small protein blocks, and these walls layered with fatty acids. These proteins are creating nucleotides, the building blocks of RNA. This protein is taking sugar digested from a candy bar and storing it for future city use. This protein is welding together two amino acid chains to form an antibody. Antibodies defend cellCity from outside enemies. Proteins destroy as well as build. And whenever a protein citizen becomes injured or crippled during the course of its service, demolition proteins arrive to tag it for removal and carry out its destruction. Other protein job descriptions include guarding passageways, making sure that some substances get through, while others do not. Transmitting long-distance communication. And regulating the actions of fellow protein citizens, turning them on or off, depending upon current city needs. Protein citizens create everything about you. Within a single cell city, they perform all of the jobs necessary to reproduce themselves and provide protection for themselves. Then spread out to produce neighboring cities that communicate and work together to accomplish big things, the sum total of which is you. You may want to learn more about your protein citizens because, most importantly, they are responsible for your health, and when you become ill, it means that something is interfering with their job activities so that they can't perform them properly. Medical scientists want to help your protein citizens. They believe that if they can understand disease and illness at the protein level, they will be able to use biotechnology to treat proteins far more effectively than is currently possible. For your part, understanding cellCity will prepare you to face this coming biotechnology and consider whether its promising rewards outweigh its potential risks. To keep you in good health, your protein citizens must carry out their jobs. To perform their jobs correctly, they must be shaped correctly. A protein's shape is created by the twisting and folding of its amino acid chains. The twists and folds depend upon the types of amino acids within the chain and the order in which they are linked together. Messenger RNA contains the instructions for creating amino acid chains, which the ribosome translates into proteins. So your health ultimately depends upon correct mRNA production. And what governs correct mRNA production? To find out, we must enter the nucleus of cellCity and investigate this long molecule at the center of it, DNA.